Listen, not that he doesn't sometimes do that, as we've seen him do in town hall settings this cycle, this campaign, and in previous campaigns. But I do find that fascinating. You know, tonight he's going to be with this socially distanced audience. Everybody's required to wear masks. We all, as staffers of NBC, got COVID tests to be able to come here and participate and cover this event as reporters. These voters will have an opportunity to press the president on different issues that are important to them. And for the president, remember, Shep, listen, I go to rallies. I've covered the president for 4.5, 5 years now. He does not often get in front one-on-one of voters who maybe aren't on board with his positions, right? And so this is a bit delicate for him. He is somebody who's much more used to being in that presidential bubble, going out to rallies, feeding off, frankly, the sort of adoration, the support of people around him. He likes to do that. That is something that he enjoys. This is a very, very different setting. And it's also different from like a more traditional debate like what you're going to see next week. So I'm curious to see how those interactions will play out, Shep, and if there's any moments with those voters.
He's done a lot of interviews, the president, mostly with friendly media, frankly. How is this going to be a big difference?
So, and just to put a point on that here, one of our colleagues has tallied up since August the interviews the president has done, about 60 of them. Roughly half have been with Fox or Fox personalities, about a dozen or so with local news interviews. There have been a few mainstream interviews, but that's about it. So for the president, he's going to potentially face some pretty tough questions and, frankly, some unanswered questions about things like his response on the pandemic as it relates to coronavirus. That is the backdrop hanging over this thing. I'll tell you, we were here earlier today. We're right along the waterway here in Miami. We saw a boat parade, a Trump boat parade floating by, right? People waving flags. And then crossing in front was a very different boat, a floating billboard that said Trump lied, 215,000 died. And I think that really is a vivid illustration, sort of visually, of the dueling competitions here for President Trump. On the one hand, wanting to use this opportunity to get voters, to get them on his side and try to turn the tide when it relates to some of this polling. On the other, of course, needing to respond to the way that his leadership has been on the pandemic, Shep.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.